Hello everyone, welcome back. This is an overview module for the VASSAL module for uh, overview video for the VASSAL module for Target for Today by Legion War Games, designed by Stephen Dixon and Bob Best. I'm using my edit screen, so this will be a little slightly different than the one you fire up. But first, fire up the module and it'll give you the log on, select solo, and then the select board. And this will be a little bigger. You'll just have the box cover over here. Um, but I'm leaving it in edit so I can edit in a link to the video when I'm done. I just select the airframe you're going to fly. I'll just select B-17E right now, and that'll bring you to the main screen. Main screen, you've got both boards on top of each other. You got your aircraft board here and your battle board down below with the appropriate um, airframe card in there for which you selected. All your enemy aircraft down here. This does include the expansion aircraft. Your primary target will be over here. Just drag that up and put it next to whichever zone your primary target's in. You have if you choose the B-17, your B-17 marker will be here. If you choose a B-24, the B-24 marker will be there. Um, Fire extinguishers will be in the right place for the right map you choose. But the crew, you'll have to drag the crew out yourself. Pieces, I have all the pieces up here in the corner. So anything, even the ones that show a map will be in here. So if you delete them, you can just go back up here and draw them out. Um, I always draw out the bomber location and put, oh, excuse me, where I'm flying for the mission. You can actually even put your bomber position in here so you know. Um, uh, doesn't matter. I sometimes do, sometimes don't. I probably forget more often than not. It's not really necessary because you're playing by yourself. But anyway, the other thing I've done is I've put a for when you're looking through your charts, and there are no charts in this, by the way. You'll see me record on mine. I have the charts in here, but that's, excuse me, I put them on my own. But I do have the powered twin, twin, and single that show up on the charts highlighted on each gun for each airframe. So it's easier to know which modifiers you're using right off the bat. You also want to go in here and drag out your crew, and for each crew, I'll put the right waist out because he's here already. I do have the wounds here that you can cycle through. Just and they just rotate around. One of my earlier ones, I've done more with layers and stuff lately to make it a little more selectable. This one here, I just rotated on through. If I get time somewhere along the line, I'll update that to my newer way of doing these. But that it works. Just cycle through the wounds on them. Um, let's see here. You can use this counter also. Just keep cloning this to put in your if you're group leader or mission leader. Just keep cloning that to fill in all these boxes that you can fill. So if you're the different positions for as per the rules, just put this in here. That'll kind of help remind you that you're going to get an extra 109 at 9 high or 3 or the same goes on all the other airframes. Your ME 109s, you get just visual reminders when you're going through setting up your battles and stuff where the extras are. You just look up there and address all them, and that can change as you go through the game. Out of formation, you'll add the counter right here. Um, a lot of this, just if you're not sure on a counter, right click on it and it'll bring up a menu if it has a menu. So just right click on everything. I didn't do a whole lot of hidden on this one. If I get time, I may go back and do hidden so that you can just select your and maybe put the bombardier and great. But I'm not going to get into that because I didn't do it yet. Uh, Lots of ideas in no time anymore. Your basic dice, it'll roll for you and keep track of them up here. Um, Thing I wasn't sure of is, yeah, I actually want to change that before I upload that. I will and make that a 0 because that gets confusing. You'll think that's um, a 15, and 15 should actually be one should actually be. I had that. I think I had that before, and I flip flopped on that. So anyway, I will change that real quick too before I upload this. I do have the flow chart from BGG on there. I forget for the moment. Limburger from, at least he revised it from 509th. I put that in there because I do love to use this, especially if you have not played the game much before. I do need to update my. I'll update them to make them look a little better. Um, if you haven't played the game much, this is a great tool for going through the steps in order. I don't have a log sheet in here just because there's so many of them available through Excel and stuff on BGG that I didn't want to do the extra work. I do have the damage logs from BGG though. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to go into your damage sheet, put your campaign number and all that in, and track your weapons usage, right clicking on everything, and you're just going to select it and select it. Same as superficial and all your different locations. Just select all your damage, and when you're done the mission, after you've tallied up all your I think I have Lady Luck Smile staying in there. After you're done all your mission and I would suggest taking a screenshot of this and saving it, using save as a PNG and saving it in a folder. That way, if you feel like looking back to see what damage you acquired on a certain mission, save it such as your plane's name and mission nut is such and such. And I usually make up a screenshots folder within my target for today folder. And then when you're done the campaign, just hit the reset, and that's going to get everything. Yeah, I don't have Lady Luck Smiles. I want to address that. Lady Luck Smiles can carry over from mission to mission, and you don't want to lose that. Making a note to myself that I can change this when I upload the video. And 10 to 0. All right. So basically, that is it for that. Your bomber names and everything in here. Um, Really, not a whole lot. It's a pretty cut and dried module. All your aircraft and everything. I think I said that already, but we'll re-say it or down here. This is all drag drop. You're going to drag it to your location. Um, and on here they have a green for applying the green, and ace for applying an ace. Ace is not on there, so return him the deck, and it takes care of that. So you're not constantly changing them around. But if you've got an ace, you're going to put an ace on him. That will not come off until you return it to the deck. You place your damage on here. And they do come off. So if you can get multiples, you get multiples. Just remember to delete these when you're done. I don't think I have. No, I don't have a reset on here because it kind of made everything messy. But I could probably work on that as I get time. Big thing's time anymore. Return that to deck when you're done with it. It keeps them down here nice and organized. And you just select all these and delete them out. Again, just looking for um, right click menus. And the right click menus will not work when they're in the deck. So when they're in their ported areas down here, you have to draw them out, put them in whatever slot you're going to put them in. Okay, next, reticles. I got these from ID Jester. He made them up draw them out for each gun that your airframe gets, and you can put an ace on them. I just put in there, type the ace on them, and jammed. That just toggles that back and forth. Kind of reminders for you. The tail gun will give you the option to have jammed or a passing shot to remind you that he's assigned to take a passing shot. Um, they just toggle through. I don't want to make ace passing through. All right, and I just leave these as I'm playing the mission. I just leave these on here, and then every time I assign, I pull them over to the proper location just to remind me that they are in that area and going to defend. And as I roll for the results, I move them back over to the airframe. Not a whole lot to it. This is one of my earlier modules, so not a whole lot of bells and whistles to it, but I have updated the artwork and made that look nicer. And I think that's all I have on it. I want to thank everybody for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the module. Any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Um, and I can go over things with you a little bit more. Um, that's it. I thank you all for joining me. You all have a great night. This is Target for Today by Legion War Games, designed by Stephen Dixon and Bob Best. Have a great night.